Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the COUNTIF function in Excel, and this is a handy little tool that's going to help you count the number of cells that meet a specific condition. It's going to make your data analysis a breeze, so let's go ahead and jump right in. So what exactly is COUNTIF? Well, if you remember my tutorial on the if statement returns a value based on whether or not something is true. The COUNTIF is a statistical function, and it's going to count the number of cells if a condition is true. So this is incredibly useful if you guys are analyzing data, like counting how many cells exceeded a certain price or threshold, which is going to be the example that we're going to do today, or how many cells, for example, or records meet a specific criteria. So since this is a new function, let me go ahead and break down the syntax for you guys. Here it is. Of course, we start with our equal sign and then the function of COUNTIF, all one word there, followed by the open parentheses. We have the range and the criteria. So the range, that's going to be the group of cells that you want to evaluate. Those are the ones that you want to count. And then the criteria is going to be the condition that determines how many cells get counted. And this can be a number, it can be text, it can be an expression. So let me go ahead and show you how this can work. So here we have a list of sales figures in column A, and we want to count to see maybe how many sales were under $300. So I'm going to go ahead and type in my equal sign here and get to typing my COUNTIF. The range here is going to be A2 all the way down to A21, comma, and then the criteria here is going to be my less than 300. So count what's inside of A2 to A21, but only if it's less than 300. Before I hit enter on my keyboard, I forgot to I need to add in quotes before my expression here, before my less than 300. All right, now I can go ahead and enter that in, and I have 8 sales that are less than 300. 1, 2, I'm just double checking here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Oh, and you know what? You can also use COUNTIF to count text entries. So for example, let me just go ahead and type this in here. I don't know, I'll type in electronics right up there. Oops. Electronics. There we go. And I'm going to be type A here and make it bold. So maybe I want to see all of the sales that were electronics. So again, I'm going to do my COUNTIF. My range this time is going to be B2, whoops, it's going to be B2, there we go, down to B21, comma, and the criteria here is going to be the word electronics. Now, I could type in the word electronics, or you know what I can do also? I can click on F1 there. Let me go ahead and hit enter. So this is saying that we have 8 electronics. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. And you know what? Since I referenced the cell here and I didn't type in the word electronics, if I click inside here and change this to the word clothing, there we go. It updates 6. We have 6 clothing sales. Oh, brilliant. And you know what, you guys? I'm going to throw in a little bonus because I'm sure you were wondering. You might have seen it pop up when I was doing my COUNTIF. You might have also seen COUNTIFs with an S at the end. So we were doing a single criteria, right? We were saying if it's under 300, and then we did another one that was if it's clothing or if it's whatever's inside of F1. Well, what if we wanted to say if it's under 300 and it's clothing, right? So that would be a COUNTIFs. It's gonna give us multiple criteria here. So here's a bonus for you guys. COUNTIFs, I'll say here my first criteria range. See how it says criteria range 1 now? So if this range here, my A2 through A21, comma, what is the criteria for this? I'm going to again use the expression of less than 300. Type in another comma, and now it's asking for my second criteria range. So now I'm going to say B2 through B21 is, I'll type it in this time, clothing, so you guys can see another example. All right, so if my first column is less than 300 and my second column has clothing in it, let me go ahead and hit enter. And I have 4, so let's just double check. That's under 300 and clothing, so that's 1. We'll skip that one. 2, because it's $100 in clothing. 3 and 4. Perfect. So that was a little bonus for you guys. COUNTIFs with an S at the end. If that was super helpful to you and you guys like that, then make sure you not only subscribe and like, but you also go ahead and share it. Share it with anyone who needs to know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.